Good afternoon, everyone. So, as you all know, yesterday we discussed the topic of refractive index, and I ended up my yesterday's class with a question that you all will tell me that what should be the unit of refractive index. So, I am giving you time to think about it, and let us all see what your answer is and what the answer should be. So as we all know that refractive index, whenever we talk about it, it is the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in any other medium, or in general if it is relative, then it is the speed of light in one medium to the speed of light in some other medium. Basically, refractive index is the ratio of speed to speed. So if it is the speed of light in vacuum, which is in meter per second. This is the speed of light in any other medium, which will also be in meter per second. And both of them will cancel out. So what do we get to know? That refractive index should have no units. Now, what we have done yesterday, let us think about some other more examples related to it. And let us all see whether we have understood or not. Suppose this is the interface. This is one of the medium. Let us say that this is water, and over here we have the medium glass, and a ray of light travels obliquely from water into the glass. So it will bend something like this, that is towards the normal. Now what should be the refractive index? So in this case the ray of light travels from water into glass, so the refractive index will be refractive index of glass with respect to water. This can also be written as refractive index of glass with respect to refractive index of water. If we just look on to the numerator, this is refractive index of glass. How to find it? We find it with the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in glass. And if we look at this part of the formula, this is refractive index of water. So this is defined as the ratio of speed of light in vacuum to the speed of light in water. Now when we will solve it further, we get C upon Vg into VW upon C and C cancel out. So in this particular case where the light was traveling from water into glass, so the refractive index of glass with respect to water is the ratio of speed of light in water to the speed of light in glass. So this is how we get the value or the formula for the relative refractive index. So if your answer and this is right, it means that you all are understanding in the right way. Now one thing, now when we are discussing about refractive index, so we often wonder that is there any relationship between refractive index and the optical density? So the answer to this is yes, there is a relation between refractive index and optical density, and that relation is a direct relation. So if we know the refractive index of suppose two mediums, out of which one of the medium has higher refractive index, so we can say that the particular medium will also have high value of optical density. So this is the relation between optical density and refractive index. Both are directly related to each other. How? Let us all think about, let me just clear my screen for all of you. Okay, now we all can see that over here we have three mediums A, B and C. They are any transparent mediums, and the value of refractive index is also given with that. A has a refractive index of 1.33, B has 1 and C has 2.42. Now if we see carefully, the maximum value of refractive index is for the medium 2.42, which is medium C. So we can say that its optical density is the highest of all the three mediums, and B has the minimum value of refractive index out of the three given mediums. So we can say that it has the lowest optical density of all the three, and it is an optically rarer medium of all the three mediums. A has an optical density in between B and C. So its optical density will be more than B, but it will be less than C. Now, we all have done in the beginning of the topic that optical density also defines the speed of light. So if a medium has very high optical density, the speed of light will be less in that. So since C has the highest optical density of all the three, so the speed of light will be minimum. And in the case of B medium, since the optical density or the refractive index was the minimum of all, its optical density is the least of all the three mediums, so the speed of light will be maximum. So we all understand that refractive index, okay, refractive index is directly proportional to the optical density. And we now understand one more relation, that it is inversely proportional to the speed of light. Okay, so this is the perfect relation that we are getting. Let us all now understand it with one more example. So now we have two mediums x and y. The refractive index of x is 0.45 and of y it is 1.5. Right, so the refractive index of y is more, so it is an optically denser medium when compared to x. The refractive index of x is only 0.45, so as compared to y it is an optically rarer medium. So since it is an optically rarer medium, the speed of light will be more in the medium x, and since y is optically denser medium in comparison to x, the speed of light will be less in that. So it's a very important relation, that refractive index is directly proportional to the optical density. Now moving on to one very important topic, that optical density and mass density. We often talk about these two, that optical density and mass density, do they have the same meaning? So the answer to this is no, they do not have the same meaning. These are two different physical quantities. For example, let us talk about kerosene. So kerosene, we all know that if we are going to mix kerosene and water, these are two immiscible liquids. Kerosene will be present in the top layer and water at the bottom layer. So kerosene has a low mass density as compared to that of water. Okay, so kerosene oil, it has a low mass density as compared to water. But when we move on to optical density, it is the opposite. The optical density of kerosene oil is greater than that of water, and we all get to know it from the values of the refractive index. If you all will check your NCERT on page number 175, there is a table for you. In that table, the value of refractive index for kerosene oil is given to you 1.44, and in the same table, the value for the refractive index of water is given to you 1.33. So just by comparing the values of the refractive index, we get to know that kerosene oil has high optical density. Okay, so from this we get to know that mass density and optical density have got no relation with each other. These two are independent of each other. So that's all for today. I hope you have understood. We'll meet tomorrow with the numerical problems. Thank you.